Shalom. We are still in Parashah Shoftim, and yesterday we discussed the judges, Shafat, and the officers, which is Shatar, I think. Anyway, so today I want to just review the verse where this comes in. It talks about judges and officers that you need to set up at your gates. So what gates is he referring to? Now, first and foremost, if you think about entering the land, you can have a city. You need to have judges and officers at the gates to protect the people, of course. If you look at it from a military perspective, it's also related to the culture. Back in the day, they had the wise men who sat at the gates, or you could find wisdom. And that's where the judges need to execute wisdom or judge with wisdom. Now, one of the great judges that people don't think about as a judge is Solomon. He's one of the judges. And to judge is not to tell people you're bad, you're going to hell or whatever. It is to rule or to govern with wisdom. Now, we touched on the Song of Solomon, which is the month of Elul. The acronym, I think it's Song of Solomon 3 verse 8 to 8 verse 3, which is my beloved is mine, which is all about the deeper part of who we are and our deeper relationship with Yahweh through Mashiach and being part of the bride. Now, as I think I mentioned it, Solomon wrote 3 books. The first one is Ecclesiastes, which is about the body, everything under the sun. And it's a very depressing, negative book. And that's basically where the flesh comes in. The flesh is a very depressing experience, if you like, compared to the spiritual experience of which the Song of Solomon is all about. Now, the other book that he wrote is the book of Proverbs, and that's written for the soul. So you have the body, the soul, and the spirit. And what is underlined here, what is emphasized with this falling in the month of Elul, is that this book is written for people who are to be the bride of Mashiach, and he's speaking to their spirits, to their higher levels, or to the mature level of the body of Mashiach. And the commandment or instruction relates then to those people to place judges and officers at their gates. So what are our gates? We've got the gate of the eye, the gate of the mouth, and the gate of the ear. So through our eyes and ears, we receive information, and we can open up our ear gate and eye gate to things that are not in line with Yahweh's word, that can influence the mind and the heart, and then you will speak from the heart, which is the fountain from which the waters will flow outwards through the mouth, which is the letter Pei, which is in Shafat, the word for judge. So we need to guard our hearts, because that will be the essence of what our language, what the topics of the things that we will speak, that will flow from the heart. And the heart is influenced by the mind. And the mind, you have the cognitive parts of the mind, the frontlet of your mind, where you make decisions. And Yahweh wants us to have the mind of Mashiach, where we make decisions in line with Mashiach, who is the living Torah. And that's why he's repeating the commandments, repeating the Torah to the bride, so that she can have the commandments between the frontlets of the mind to make the right decisions, so that the heart can be guarded by the commandments, so your words will be pure. as they flow from your heart. So that's a beautiful picture of what that means. The ear gate is similar to the eye gate. There's a lot of things happening in the world nowadays, and what I realize is it's much easier to find 10 negative things. It's very hard to find 10 positive things. Think about it. If I ask you now, think about 10 positive things, you'll struggle. Most people will say, list me 10 negative things. You'll come up within 30 seconds probably come up with 10 negative things. And negative words or negative things that you see will influence the heart. The heart is the emotional center, and that will instill fear. You know what fear is? Fear is the enemy of faith. Faith is based on the word, which is between the frontlets. Fear is within the heart. Guess which one is connected to the mouth? Not the mind, the heart is. And then you will repeat what you see, and you will repeat what you hear. So this is a warning, or some good advice to the body of Mashiach, is not to be parrots. Don't repeat the things that you see in this world. When you meet with people, what is the number one topic that come up today? Oh, they're going to kill us. They're going to do this, and it's COVID this and COVID that. I had enough of that. I don't want to hear about that anymore. I want to hear what Yahweh's word says, because that will instill faith. And what do we need in a time like this? Do we need fear? Do we need to repeat the things that we see around us? Or do we need to speak what is written like a good judge? Speak from the Torah. Speak from what is in the mind of Mashiach. And what did Yeshua do during his time on earth? It was the worst time where there was oppression by the Roman Empire. He never spoke against them once. He never started a riot once. He was busy with his Father's business, repeating the words of Torah, Devarim. And we need to get our acts together and do the same. So that's what I want to leave with you today. Don't be sucked into this dark whirlpool of fear, repeating the things that's surrounding us, uncertainty, lies, confusion. Focus on the truth and word, things that you can put your finger on and say, this is true. I will repeat this, and I will speak Yahweh's word within this situation, because it is written. So I hope you have a lovely day. I'll speak to you soon. Shalom.